Next element in the passage is waxing device. So in this machine, motorized waxing device is provided. Now you can see it in the photograph. So this is a wax roll, and for uniform application of wax, this roll is given drive by a motor. So this wax roll is driven by a separate motor for uniform application of wax on the yarn. Let me tell you the next element in the passage, that is yarn clearer. In AUTOCONER 107, usually there would be a mechanical yarn clearer which is of swinging blade type. In AUTOCONER 138, usually there would be an electronic yarn clearer. Now I will tell you about the swinging blade type of yarn clearer provided on AUTOCONER 107. Let me explain you the setting of swinging blade type of yarn clearer. This is the diagram and this is the animation created for better understanding. This is the blade, yarn passes like this. So whenever a thick place comes, it would push this spring loaded blade and this blade would touch this platform and the yarn is trapped here and it breaks. So by turning this with this center, the setting of clearer can be changed, which I am just trying to show you. So let us see it in the animation now. So if you turn this blade, that is this, if you turn it clockwise, the setting widens, and if you turn it anti-clockwise, the setting becomes narrow. So setting can be changed by turning this on this center, and this can be done by a setting tool provided by the manufacturer. So this is how the setting is changed. Next element in the passage of yarn is detector wire, as shown in the passage here. The function of detector wire is to detect the yarn in the spindle. Whenever yarn breaks, this detector wire actuates the stop motion and the spindle stops. In AUTOCONER 138, the function of detector wire is done by the electronic yarn clearer. I have already told you about this earlier. I would like to talk about one important element, that is yarn trap. So yarn trap is a hollow tube provided with suction, which is located at this place in AUTOCONER 107. In AUTOCONER 138, yarn trap is provided above electronic yarn clearer. Let me show you yarn trap in a small video clip. So this is the yarn trap. I will just start the video and you can see it. Again have a look at it. So this is the yarn trap. So this is the yarn trap. What is the function of yarn trap? So yarn trap is located here, or say in 138 it is located here. Now whenever yarn breaks in this zone, that is yarn breaks in this zone, then what happens? That the upper end of the yarn is wound on the package, whereas the end that is on the bottom side is sucked and held by the yarn trap. So whenever spindle is stopped with yarn break over here, the yarn coming from the supply package is held under suction of yarn trap. So it does not allow this end to fly here and there. So it holds it. Now, important thing is to be noted for yarn splicing. Knotter is provided with two arms to pick up the yarn from supply package and winding package, what you can see in the knotting cycle here. Again you see the video. So these are the arms, one bringing the yarn from winding package, the other from the supply package. So again you can see in the video, this is bringing yarn from winding package, the other from supply package. See it again. See the operation of these two arms. Again you can have a look. Thus, there are two arms, one to bring yarn from winding package, other to bring the yarn from supply package. Both these arms are hollow and they are also supplied with suction. So note that yarn is going to be picked up from here by the arm that you just saw in the video. Now you know that the yarn may be held by the yarn trap if yarn has broken in this zone. So here yarn is already held by the yarn trap, and from here the hollow arm of the knotter or the splicer has to pick up the yarn. So if yarn is already held by the yarn trap, then it will be difficult for this arm to pick up. So when this arm is picking up the yarn from here, before that you have to cut the yarn which is held by the suction in the yarn trap. That is done by one more cutter provided at top, that is known as upper yarn scissor. So when the knotting operation begins, the upper yarn scissor cuts the yarn below the yarn trap so that the suction arm of the splicer can pick up the yarn from the supply package without any trouble. For further clarity, let me show you an animation to explain the yarn trap function. So this is the animation. This path you already seen earlier. So some parts have been drawn here for better clarity. Now I will run the animation. So what you observe is that this is a ring frame bobbin and this is the yarn trap. So whenever yarn breaks in this zone, the yarn will get sucked by the yarn trap. So as shown in this animation, no break has occurred. So yarn trap has no role to play as long as winding is going on. Now let us see what happens when the yarn breaks and how the yarn trap sucks the yarn. So I will run the animation. Now you see here that the yarn is broken and the yarn is sucked in the yarn trap and the upper portion is wound onto the package. Now let me explain you the function of upper yarn scissor. Upper yarn scissor actually cuts the yarn below the yarn trap. Just symbolically you see the cutter here. Now this is the hollow arm that has to suck and pick up the yarn from here. So now let me run this. So now see, winding is going on. Still yarn break has not occurred. At this time the yarn is broken and therefore the yarn is held by the yarn trap. Now the splicer or the knotter will start its action. Now let us see what is going to happen further. Now the knotter has come and we begin the knotting cycle. Let us see what happens. Now this arm has moved to pick up the yarn. Now before this picks up the yarn, you need to cut the yarn over here so that the yarn that is held by the yarn trap is freed so that this arm can pick it up. At this instant, all these elements will be opened. Now let us see what happens next. Now this upper yarn scissor has come into action. It has cut the yarn. So the upper portion of the yarn is sucked away in the yarn trap. Now the yarn is free from yarn trap so that the yarn can be picked up by this arm. So this arm has already moved down. Now it will pick up the yarn. It will thread it through all the elements and place it in the knotter. Let us see the action again frame by frame. Winding is going on. Yarn is broken. It is held in the yarn trap. Now it is the turn of the knotter. So let us say that knotting cycle begins. This arm has moved down to pick up the yarn. The upper yarn scissor cuts the yarn. Now this will pick up the yarn, thread it through all the elements and place the yarn in the knotter. So this is how the function of upper yarn scissor is important, that it cuts the yarn below the yarn trap when this arm will pick up the yarn from this location. Now this shows the passage, the elements, this you already seen earlier. This is a photograph of the knotter or the splicer of AUTOCONER 138, wherein this is the arm that picks up the yarn from the supply package, and this is the arm that picks up the yarn from the winding package. Now upper yarn scissor is not required in AUTOCONER 138 because this electronic yarn clearer itself has got its own cutter and the yarn trap is located above it. So whenever the splicing cycle begins, the function that the upper yarn scissor does is done by the cutter of the electronic yarn. So if the yarn is held in the yarn trap, the cutter of the electronic yarn clearer will cut the yarn when the knotting cycle begins. So the function of upper yarn scissor is done by actuation of the cutter of electronic yarn clearer.